In this video, I'm going to be showing you my 28-70 Canon RF L series lens. Stick around. Hey, Steve here. Just want to give you my 2 cents worth on this Canon 28-70 RF L series lens. It's one of my everyday lenses. I do use it quite a bit, but I've never made a video on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you some photographs of what I took. It's just nothing artistic, just images are basically just to test the lens out itself and see what I thought about it. Now, all of these images you'll see were taken without any filter at all. So, hey, with that being said, let me get and give you a little synopsis on this lens. But before I do that, I want to make a little disclaimer that I am not going to go into the specifications of this lens. There are many other YouTube videos out there that go and do a deep dive into the specifications of the lens, the elements and everything else, the blades and all that. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to give you my 2 cents worth. You can check out those other videos. They're done quite nicely, so they should give you all the information. There's no sense in beating a dead horse here. But this is just, like I said, my 2 cents of using this lens so far for the last couple of months. I will, however, give you a kind of a brief overview of the lens itself. It comes in just about 2 point something pounds, not quite 3 pounds, but it's got some weight to it. In my case, I added to my Canon R5 Mark II with a battery grip, and the whole weight of the camera and lens and grip, it comes to about 6 pounds. With this particular lens, between 5 and 6 pounds. Now, I do use a strap and everything when I need to, and it's got a quick release on it, so I can put it on the strap and it hangs down nicely. All in all, though, carrying it around in my hand hadn't really seemed that bad. It was a little heavy at first, but after about a day, I got used to it, so now it's really no problem at all. Now, let's go ahead and go over the specs, or not specs, but some of just a brief overview of the lens. The first thing, it does have a 95mm filter size. Something to consider, because 95mm filters are definitely not cheap. They jump considerably from 82 to 95. It does come with a lens hood, kind of a tulip shaped lens hood for certain reasons, because it 28mm, it'll cut down on getting any vignetting. This lens does not have image stabilization built into it. I do have in-body stabilization in the R5, so that seems to handle everything in the video mode. The lens itself has only 2 really main switches on here. The first one is right here located. You can switch it from a manual to autofocus. And the other is this button right here, which is your lock button. This lock button right here, you can lock the elements from zooming out. Right now it's zoomed out. It's unlocked. And you can move it from 28 to 70, no problem. When you lock that down into place, the lens will not zoom out. So if you want to use that for transporting, or in some cases, eventually if you're walking around and your camera's upside down, it may cause the lens barrel to come out. But basically it's just a lock feature for transportation. Works great. Now, I had shot this lens and at all the different focal lengths. I shot at 25, 35, 50, and 70, and found that the images are sharp. They're sharp. I'm not going to do any pixel probing or anything like that, but they're definitely sharp and definitely usable, and I have blown some up to 8x10 and 11x14 size as far as what they would look like on the computer, and that retains, if you got enough light and everything, retains the sharpness. So here's some of the photographs I've taken with this lens, and as you can see, the images look good. These are all done in Lightroom Classic. Believe for presets I may have just done natural light presets. I have to look that up, but basically, as you can see for these few images, the images look fine. Again, don't base them on artistic quality. These are just basically test shots to see what the lens looks like in certain situations and different focal lengths. Well, to summarize, would I buy this lens again if I had to, or do I regret buying this lens? No, I don't regret buying this lens at all, not at all. I've added it to my arsenal. I've got several different lenses here. I'll be doing different videos on each one as time goes by. Like I said, this is not going to be a deep dive, just a brief synopsis of what I think about the lens. Like I said, it's 2-point-something pounds, I can't remember, just runs in just at 2,000, or actually double checking it, closer to 3,000. It's about $2,800. It's but retails for about $3,000, so it's not an expensive piece of glass. Would I get it insured? Yes, I would. I'd definitely get it insured. Would you use a protective lens on this, or a protective filter, that is? But that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Now, basically, depending on the environment, again, where I shoot, I may put it on there. For the most part, I use the Short Stash Everyday Filter, 95mm, that I usually run on this thing, but I do test it occasionally without the filter itself. The filters itself, that's a whole different video. It does alter the image just slightly. It doesn't degrade from the image, it just alters it slightly, but that's again a different video. The way I look at it, that these companies, whether it's Canon, Nikon, Leica, whatever, Hasselblad with their Zeiss lenses, anyway, they spend a lot of time and effort to get these lenses correct, and I don't see any sense in really altering that if you're just really careful with your lens. Again, I would insure this thing. I would not just buy it and take it out and just throw it around haphazardly. Definitely would insure it. It's a good lens. I like the lens. I don't regret buying it. If you don't want to spend that kind of money, find a location that rents the lenses. Rent one for a week or so and try it out. If you like it, and then now you can make your decision there. If you're only going to need it once or twice or something like that, rent it. That way you can return it. You don't have to worry about it. Anyway, my opinion about the lens. Leave your comments below, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And I'm also worked on a new website that's going to be out there. It's steveflanagan.net. That's steveflanagan.net. I'll put a link in the description, whatever. It's got some images on it. I'm still working on it. Hopefully I can get that thing up and running in full force before too long. Not going to go any longer. Just going to let this one go. And until next time, this is Steve. Happy shooting, and we'll see you later.